Hello, my name is Datta, and I have more than 1 year of experience as Java trainer. And today I will be teach you the concept of object-oriented programming language in Java. Okay, so object-oriented programming language is one of the methodology, or we can say it is a paradigm using that we can write a program, computer program using a class and methods as like a procedural in a C language, procedural in a C language, and object oriented in a C++ as like, and object oriented in a Java. It is the way of the writing the code, nothing more than that. Okay, so using that concept as like object oriented, we can write our Java code, everything within a class. Okay, there are the four pillars like uh, main four pillars like encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, and inheritance. As like there are the other two concepts like a class and object. Those class and object are the main concept. Means everything in Java we writing in the class. What is the class? The class is nothing but a collection of object, we can say. So uh, and the class is also blueprint for the object. And what's the object then? The object has some state and some behavior. As like for example, the object is nothing but like a pen, pencils, and man, emotions. This is the example of the objects. So for example, the man has some state and some behavior. As like the state nothing but like a man hides that colors, their names, and behavior is nothing but how they talk, how they walk, and as like. So that is the object. So there is the first concept of object oriented, that is encapsulation. Okay, so encapsulation is nothing but the binding, or we can say wrapping the characteristics and data member in a single unit. Okay, what is the characteristics and what the method behavior? Okay, for example, assume that is the class, and we declare that variables that nothing but data members, or we can say that is the character, and we write methods. Okay, so that method is the behavior. So the encapsulation is the binding the or wrapping the characteristics, means data members, or we can say the variables, and methods, that is the behavior. So we wrap both in a single unit. Single unit means that is the class. Okay, we can achieve the encapsulation by writing a class. So everything in a Java, every program which we write in a Java programming, so by default their encapsulation is happen. So there is, for example, one RK. So what is one RK? If the house is a one RK, so one RK is nothing but the combination of the one room and one kitchen. Another example, country. The country has states and union territory. The combination of union territory and state, that is the single unit. The single unit is country. So there is another concept in a encapsulation, that is the data hiding. So what is the data hiding? Okay, uh, we see in a particular family there are the small kid. Okay, if that house the door is open, then that small kids go outside of the house. So for that purpose the mom close that door. So if that door is closed, then that small kids, so they have the restriction, they cannot go outside of that door. So as like the data hiding is nothing but we use the access specifier. As like access specifier is the private. There are the four type of access specifier: public, private, protected, and default. We use the access specifier of the private. Okay. So private is nothing but we apply that private access specifier on data member, so that data member cannot achieve or cannot access outside of our class. Means the mom close the door, okay, so that kids not go outside. If the door is open, then that kid go outside, and everybody, the other house, they can get that kids and play with that kids. So that purpose, that mom close the door. As like data hiding is nothing but we apply the access specifier on that particular data members. So no other class, means if there is a class A and class B, okay, if we want that variable achieve in class B, so that's not possible. If we apply private variable, private access specifier on that particular variable, so that variable cannot accessible for outsider. That is the concept, is the data hiding, nothing more that. Okay, there is a second concept of object oriented, that is abstraction. Okay, so what the abstraction? The abstraction is nothing but the hiding actual implementation details from user and show only the essential information. That's that's abstraction. So what the mean? What is the meaning of the hiding actual implementation details? So assume the example as like a phone pay. If we show our password, if for if we show our mobile password to share with our friend, but we not share our Google Pay or Phone Pay password with them. Okay, so actually we hide the password, the credential details from our friend, but we not hide the mobile password. We hide only the credential details from our friend. So there is a, that is, and another example is a ATM machine. Okay, if we want to cash money, so we go there ATM machines and put our ATM card and get money. But how they working actually in internally, okay, we don't care about that. Okay, our motto is insert card and get cash money. So that is our motto. So that is another example of the uh, abstracts abstraction. So we can achieve the abstraction. There is a two way. The first way is the abstract class, and second way is the interface. Okay, so what is the abstract class? What is the abstraction and how we achieve the abstraction by using the abstract class? So the firstly, the abstract class is a incomplete class. The abstract class is a, we can say, is a incomplete class. Incomplete class. And inside abstract class there is a two type of the methods. For example, we can write the normal method as well as we can write the abstract method in it. So what the abstract methods? So abstract method is nothing but incomplete method. Okay, as like a abstract class, incomplete method. So there is a questions. So how we complete that methods? Okay, so to complete that method we have to create another class, and that class will be implement abstract class, and they'll give complete the body of the abstract method. Assume one example. If you watch the Dangal movie of the actors Amir Khan. Okay, okay. So Dangal. So Amir Khan have the one dream to win the gold for country, as like the class Amir. Okay. So Amir Khan have one dream. So that dream they not completed by some issue. Okay. The dream was the win the gold. Okay. We write the method, abstract method, win gold. Win gold. Okay. So that method is the abstract method. Okay. And that abstract method we have to complete that abstract method. So there is another class we have to create, as like for example, in that Dangal movie there is a two sides of two daughters of Amir Khan, as like a Geeta and Babita. So we take the Geeta as a class. Okay, so if you watch the movie, so Geeta complete the dream of the father. Okay, so Geeta inherit the Amir. Geeta extend means inherit. It inherit the Amir and complete the dream, which is a win the goal. As like a here we complete that method as like a win goal. Okay, and here we can write the gold medal. Okay, so what happened here? The Amir Khan have a dream. Okay, so that dream is incomplete by some issue, and to complete that dream, there is daughter Gita. Gita inherit or abstract, inherit the Amir dreams and complete in their particular class. So that's the concept. That is the abstract. So in abstract class, so sorry, there is abstract method. I forget that to write. Okay, there is abstract class. So the abstract class include abstract method as well as normal method. Okay, and abstract method we can write only in an abstract class. We cannot write the abstract method in a normal class. So that's the point we have to remember. And the abstract class, the programming responsibility to inherit that class and complete that abstract method in that particular class. Okay, that is the concept of abstract class. Okay, there is another one concept to achieve the abstraction, that is the interface. So what is the interface? Okay, second concept is the interface. So what the interface, what is the meaning of the interface? Interface is a similar like a class. Okay, the main difference between the class and interface, that is we can not create the object of the interface, but we can create the object of abstract, not abstract class, uh, normal class. So that's the main difference. And why come interface in a object oriented programming language? Okay, there is the concept of multi-level inheritance. There is concept of multi-level inheritance. Okay, आता what's the multi-level inheritance? Okay, we can achieve this concept multi-level inheritance in a C++. Okay, but we cannot achieve the multiple inheritance in a Java. We cannot apply, we cannot achieve multiple inheritance by using the class. So we can achieve multiple inheritance by using the interface. So what does mean? Okay, assume for example there is a one interface. So we have to use the interface keyword to create interface. I create one interface grand, what we can say, grandchildren, grandchildren. Okay, and assume there is also another one interface, that is grandfather. Okay, we can say grandfather. So that grandchildren interface can implement, not implement. So one interface inherit another interface, then that type we use the keyword of extend. Okay, so here we use the keyword of extend. Okay, extend the grandfather. Okay, as like means here we can extend the grandfather as well as we can extend the father if there is a another interface. So to complete, it is interface also incomplete. Okay, we have to responsible to create another class and implement that interface in that particular class. Assume there is a methods, and like a methods. So everything in a abstract, sorry, everything in an interface. We write any method, so that method by default is a abstract method. So here, as like the we can say the car. Okay. So that car method is a by default abstract, and whatever variable, whatever data member we write in a that particular interface. So that variable by default public, static, and final. So we have to responsibility. The programmer have responsibility to come inherit that class as like a we create another class. So we create the class A, and we have to implement the interface which is a grandchildren. Okay, and here we complete the car methods as like a abstract methods. So there is a uses of interface as like we can achieve the loose coupling using a interface. Then we can achieve the 100% abstraction by using a interface. Then we can achieve multiple inheritance using a interface. So in term of multiple inheritance, we cannot Java not support multiple inheritance, but by using the interface, we can achieve the multiple inheritance in a Java. There is a third concept of object oriented. There is a third pillar of object oriented, that is the polymorphism. So, what is the polymorphism? So, the polymorphism is a Greek word. Okay. So, poly means many and form means form. Means polymorphism is a many form. So what is the polymorphism? So polymorphism is nothing but if you want to perform single task, there are the multiple way as like we can there are the different way to perform a single task. So what does mean? Okay, assume for example, assume we have to uh, go anywhere, so uh, we can use our bike, then we can use the car, then we can use train if there is a facility available. As like a many way we have our motto, we have to travel there. So there is a multiple way we can use the car, we can use a motorbike, and we can use the bicycle. We can go by the walking if you are the strong as like. So and another example is like a woman. Okay, the woman in term of assume the particular woman as like assume your mom. Okay, your mom uh, is a your mom is a wife for their husband. Your mom is a mom for your sister. Your mom is a daughter of their father, daughter of their mother. As like the man woman is the single, but their character different for every other person. As like the polymorphism, to perform single task there is a different way we can achieve, we can perform that task. Okay, so that is the polymorphism. So in polymorphism there are the types, different types. Okay, so what's the types? As like compile time polymorphism, compile time polymorphism, and second one run time polymorphism. Okay, so there is another example: early binding, late binding, and dynamic and compilation. As like there is a multiple name as well as. So what is the compile time polymorphism? Okay, so in compile time polymorphism there is a one of the most important concept in a Java as like a overloading. Okay, we can achieve overloading in compile time, and there is another one concept that is a runtime polymorphism. So there is a overriding. We see the example of the what is the overloading and what is the overriding. So what is the compile time polymorphism? So compile time polymorphism is nothing but the polymorphism that exhibited at a time of compilation, that is the compile time polymorphism. And what about runtime polymorphism? Same, the polymorphism that exhibited at a time of run. So that is the runtime polymorphism. And there is two concepts in compile time: overloading and runtime overriding. So what is the overloading and what is the overriding? Okay, so overloading is nothing but if the class have more than one method has a same as like a, here the Vishal and here also Vishal. So that is nothing but overloading. The class has more than one method which name has a same, but there is a condition. We have to change number of parameters of that method. That is the rule. So simple. Assume there is a class third year, and third year class has a two students or multiple students. Their name have has the same, but their height, their color, their surname will be different. So that is nothing but a overloading. So another example, what is overriding? So overriding, overriding is nothing but, for example, there is a two Vishal which have the same name, which have the same surname, same height, everything is the same. Okay, but the same Vishal which is a present in a first year as well as which is a present in a second year. So assume the example. So there is a class. Okay, assume the class first year. Class first year have a has a method Vishal. Okay, and आता the first year is a super class. Okay, and there is another class as like a second year. The second year is a subclass of super class. So Vishal. Okay, first year is a super class and second year is a subclass. So when the subclass extend or implement the method of superclass, means we can say if there are the two classes having the same method, that nothing but overriding. What about overriding? Simple, single class have two same Vishal, but different color, different height, different surname. And what about overriding? Overriding nothing but the same Vishal have in a first year as well as second year. First year is a super class and second year is a subclass. So that is the overriding. So that is the concept about the uh, polymorphism. And last but least, there is a one of the concept which is available in object oriented programming language, that is a inheritance. That is a inheritance. Okay, inheritance, there are the multiple types, as the single level inheritance, multi level inheritance, then hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance. There is a three major types: single, multi, and hierarchical. Okay, in a Java. So what will be in a single level inheritance? For the single level inheritance, we have to compulsory two classes. As like assume there is a class father, there is a class, okay, we assume grandfather, okay, GF not grandfather. grandfather. Okay, and there is another class also, which is a father. Okay, so we can say the father will be inherit the property of the grandfather. So inheritance means the grandfather, whatever the property of the grandfather, the father will inherit that property. Okay, as like if there is a property or a bike or car, whatever of grandfather, that will be inherit, or father will be inherit that properties, whatever that property. So as like that is a single level inheritance. There is another one concept, multi-level, not a multiple, multi-level. Okay, in multi-level there is a three class. Assume the three class. First one grandfather, second one father, and third one is the children. Okay, so children will extend the father. Children extend the father. So see here the father extend inherit the property of grandfather, and the children inherit the property of father. Okay, as like we can say it's like the Varsa. Varsa means we inherit as like. So there is a one other concept, that is a hierarchical. Okay, in hierarchical, what will you hear? So father will extend the property of father will extend inherit the property of grandfather, as well as children किंवा son, grandson, grandson also the inherit the property of grandfather.